few weeks, but we've already had some hotel stories. An elderly couple who were newlyweds were pulling up to the hotel the other day, and the wife was sort of uneasy. She said, I really don't want people to know I'm here on my honeymoon. And she says to her husband, she says, what can we do to hide the fact that we're here on our honeymoon? So he thought a little bit, and he said, why don't you carry the luggage in? We want to recognize some folks who make this hotel possible. The Cobblestone model is unique. The franchise provides top quality hotel rooms in small towns. The model looks for local investment to determine whether the need is real. It is sort of like a modified Field of Dreams. If you can find the local investors to build it, they will come. Looking back on my notes, it was about 3 years ago on July 9th, 2014, when I recall the first meeting to discuss the hotel possibility in Greenville. A series of meetings continued for well over a year until we could find enough local investors to fund the seed money to build the project. There are 16 investors in this hotel. The investors wanted a high-quality modern hotel that would have rooms and many wonderful features at an affordable price. The partner investors believed that this would be a blessing for our community. The hotel partners in the community are a wide variety of regular folks who have done exceptional things by investing in a community in this way. Let me introduce you to those partners. And by the way, if anyone is getting too warm there, feel free to come over here to the shade, and we have water over there. Keith, maybe someone could distribute some water to the crowd if you'd like. Number one partner that I'll mention is Jim Lowry. Jim is the executive director of the Greenville Area Economic Development Corporation. Jim believed that the area needed more hotel rooms for years. Jim was a champion in the effort to find investors for this hotel. The Economic Development Corporation is an investor. I'd like to recognize Jim. Where are you? Here he is. And we also have Tim Williams here and Ms. Gary Jones here. Put your hands up, guys, if you are. There. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our next partner has had success in many career paths over his lifetime. In fact, he's a living local and national legend. In the early days of his working career, he was part of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization as a Spanish interpreter in Havana, Cuba. It's rumored that he discovered a promising Cuban pitcher by the name of Castro, Fidel Castro. This partner owned a successful restaurant, has been a real estate developer, and has been a close advisor to governors, senators, representatives, and commissioners. Harvey Childs is not only a partner, he's the founder, as Doug said, of the most significant bail bond business in America. And he kept it headquartered right here in Greenville. Harvey is retiring from bail bonds, but I predict that he will become the new Colonel Sanders of hotels. Harvey Sanders. Harvey Childs. Joel McDowell knows everyone in town. He's a local businessman who is active in all sorts of community affairs, like Boy Scouts. In fact, Joel is a former Eagle Scout himself. He finds time to be involved in the Greenville Chamber of Commerce while running his own business, Custom Corner Printing. Joel was authorized by the partners to represent our interest with the hotel franchise folks at Cobblestone during the construction phase. Joel McDowell. Coy Price owns the local Chrysler Jeep dealership. Coy saw the potential in this wonderful property years ago when he bought it. The property not only sits along a body of water over here, which could be a huge asset, but it has a fabulous level lot off one of the main business routes into the community. Location, location, location. Welcome, investor Coy Price. Our partners love Greenville, and they come from a variety of backgrounds. Scott Taylor is a teacher and a coach. He is active in the community. Scott couldn't be here today, but his wife Colleen is. Colleen, wave your hand. Thank you. Thanks to Scott. Thank you. Kevin Orsinger is like a local movie star. His picture advertisement is on the front page of the paper almost every day. Kevin is a financial planner who is Greenville focused. Kevin and his sisters are partners. I did not see Kevin today. Is Kevin here today? Well, let's thank him anyway. Thank you, Kevin. The Gentili family runs one of the premier charter schools in all of Pennsylvania. Partners in this project include Jim, Lori, Matt, Mike, and Bob Gentili. Help me recognize the Gentilis. Thank you. Dr. Barry Stam, his wife Carol, and Mr. Rick Uther are well versed in Greenville. They are all Teal alumni. Barry and Rick are Teal trustees. They saw the need for the hotel and our partners. Barry is a retired eye doctor. He and his wife Carol are successful real estate developers in Erie. Rick owns a very successful metal manufacturing business in Maryland. And I think Rick is the only one who's here. He's in the back row there. Rick, put your hand up. Welcome. Thank you. Mr. Tom Kennedy and his group invested in 3 Cobblestone hotels in Erie area and offered to be included here. Tom couldn't be here today, but his manager of the hotel is, and I don't see her right now. She is managing the hotel in Erie. Would you please raise your hand so we can recognize you? Maybe she's in her, over here she is, Ashley. Okay, thank you. Thank Tom. Mr. Doug Anderson is a second-generation leader of a dynamic bus transportation and travel company located right here in Greenville. Harvey's pretty much already covered that. Doug and his family are very active in community enhancements. Please welcome once again Doug Anderson. Finally, my wife Barbara and I are the retired owners of Diced Industries, Bucks Fabricating in Shakelyville and Hadley area. We fill out the slate of investor partners. Please say hello to my wife Barbara, hiding here behind the Now I see there are a few kids here today. These things can be sort of dry when you're a kid and all this adult talk is going on. So I got a hotel joke for them. Where are they? Did they already go to the pool area? What did the hotel clerk say to the elephant who couldn't pay his bill? Where did the kids go? Pack up your trunk and move out. During this entire 3-year process, we would like to give special recognition to 2 people who kept the momentum and process going until we could achieve the investor pool needed and then get answers to the questions of how this would be completed. Would Janice Tata of Brymart and Jim Lowry from here in Greenville please stand for recognition and our appreciation? Janice, where are you? In the back row, and Jim is over here. Janice was very patient, answering questions, finding solutions to situations, and advocating for the success of this project. Jim hung in there, digging for potential investors interested in benefiting the community with a hotel like this. Thank you both, again, very much. Thank you. The investor group is grateful to some other important people who made this a reality. The Hempfield Township supervisors were nothing less than helpful all along the way. These leaders didn't just sit back and wait to be asked for help. They volunteered ideas and information that saved time and money and made things run smoother. We'd like to thank very much Gary Hiddle. Gary, raise your hand. Dave Geisel over here, and Todd Hiddle. Todd couldn't be with us today. Thank you guys very much. Much appreciated. We're fortunate to be living in such a community. Likewise, building inspectors who can help disarm situations before they become problems are rare. Our community is fortunate to have such a person in John Prozac. John was a pleasure to work with on this project. He worked with our site supervisor, Dan. We'd like to please recognize John. Is John here today? I think he deserves a round even in his absence. Much appreciated. Our financial partner is a New York Stock Exchange bank that was born in Greenville, Pennsylvania. That bank is our own hometown bank, FNB. Please help me recognize the local guys that work with us. John Evans is here. John, where are you? There he is. And Jeff Wallace couldn't make it. Thank you very much, John. Okay, kids, are you still with us? What did Santa Claus say on his vacation? Now, where did he stay? Where did Santa Claus stay on his vacation? I won't put you on the spot anymore. A ho-ho-ho hotel. Finally, and more importantly, what are people going to remember today? A ho-ho-ho hotel. Finally, and more importantly, the hotel had a site manager for the construction phase who lived here and saw to the details of a complete and quality job from the subcontractors. Dan Waltz represented us well. He saw that the subcontractors followed the plans and built a quality hotel. He also saw that the details were included that meant a special stay for the guests and not just a regular stay. Dan is in the back row here with a blue and white plaid shirt on. Dan, put your hand up. Thank you very much for your thoughtfulness and your friendship. Thank you. Barbara and I stayed here at the hotel on the opening night, and we had a chance to experience the nice hospitality of the staff and the modern features of the facility. Much to our surprise, a friend left a big bottle of bubbly for us at the front desk at check-in. We took it to the room. Room 316 is an extended stay suite. It had a full kitchen and amenities which included wine glasses. We informally call that room the Admiral's Suite. Anyway, this big bottle was more than two of us wanted to drink. So in the spirit of sharing, I took the remainder of the bottle back down to the desk to celebrate opening night with the staff. They gracefully refused. When I got back to the room, Barbara says, "What were you thinking? Offering hotel employees to drink on duty and get fired?" Well, that wasn't meant to be a test. I just wanted to share, but they handled it well. Meanwhile, I understand that word of this has gotten out and applications are just pouring in by folks who want to work at the Party Hotel. Well, with that said, and before I get into more trouble, I will turn things back over to our Master of Ceremonies, the future Colonel Sanders of hotels, Mr. Harvey Childs. Thank you.